So now I give the floor to Transvisie, Azzah, to tell us perhaps to answer questions, because you've told many things yesterday. You can say it again. And again, it was a very good impression yesterday about Transvisie, because it's perhaps one or the only organization of transsexuals in Europe who is welcoming, like you do there, brothers and sisters like Azzah. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true. I will do it in English, and I talk very slow, so you can hopefully follow it.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Okay, Transvision. It started.
Is it okay, 10 minutes?
Yeah, that's fine. It started as a very small group with 1 or 2 transgender people who felt that there were a lot of people around in the Netherlands who didn't have a shelter, not a place to go when they felt lonely. Because loneliness is one of the main objects within transgender people. They feel rejected by society, they feel kicked out of their families, they feel not a part of their religious groups where they come from, and they feel like abandoned by as well themselves, because most of the transsexual or transgender intersexual people don't understand themselves within their own behavior for the first period. Only after a long period of psychotherapy, it starts to get somewhere, some touch with their own soul and with their own being. The acceptance is very big. It's very important for transgender people. Accept yourself as you have been created, as you have been made by Allah, by God. That's what I try to tell them. But to bring it larger to your humanistic front is also a part of being at ease with your own being. And behavior is something that is very hard to understand sometimes, because some people might think it is being brought by society, or it is just to be part of a small group, to feel comfortable, you behave a certain way. But actually, when you really go deep into your own being, there is nothing to mistake about, because when you really start thinking how you've been acting as a kid, it's clear that there is already the semen of Allah. There is already the part that makes you later, when you have been grown up, maybe 20 or 30 years, and you don't understand yourself. You go back to your childhood and you see what kind of person you were when you really were pure and not socialized. Then you can find yourself. That's what I try always to bring back in my therapies in Amsterdam, to gay, to lesbian, to intersexual people, to try to that the puzzle fits again, because the puzzle sometimes is very chaotic, and it makes people sometimes as far as going into depressions where they commit suicide, thinking of committing suicide, or they live just like within their houses and never come out. And that is a problem that's a lot. You can see that a lot, not only with transsexuals but with gay people as well. The happy thing about gay people is that they have a large group where they can hop into. And they sometimes have come here in France. You go to Paris, you go to Le Marais. There is a lot of brotherhood, and there is a lot of possibilities to feel your own personality within a large group. And transgender people don't have that. So that's why we thought we have to try to be a platform in Europe and grow from there. We just spoke about Tariq Ramadan, and I actually worked with him together in Rotterdam. I brought him to the Netherlands because what we thought, I worked for the Parti Socialiste in the Netherlands, and I thought that we need some inspiration from the Islamic people to solve our own problems in Europe, and especially in cities like Rotterdam and Amsterdam. What transsexual people mostly feel is not a hate, but a phobia against Islam, because they feel very much rejected by Islamic people. Mostly when they are bashed in the streets, or when they are called names, or thrown stones, or things like that, it's by Arabic youth. Young people who don't understand anything about their culture and nothing about their religion. Because when you throw a stone to someone, it's some really symbolic thing. I mean, we only actually throw stones when we are in Mecca. But to people, we should not do that, because we are coming from the source of peace and from love. And that is the only thing that actually is important in Islam. And whatever other wing you are coming from, should never bring up violence or hate, because that is really, and when you go back into your own heart, you feel that that is something against Allah, if you have a hate in your heart. So actually it's a very simple message that you can bring out to people who are bashing you with hate, or with saying you are not good, because that is coming from your bad angel, from your bad angel. It's the action.
It's very difficult to explain that to your family.
It's not so hard to explain to your family, because every Muslim understands that that hate is not coming from Allah.
Yes, I know.
It just comes from the Satan, from
Bad education.
bad education, but it is Satan. It's not the good force, it's the bad force. So it's an easy way of communication and bringing it back to your own people. Just mirror them with this is what we are supposed to think and do. And how do I flip over? Okay, so yeah. In politics, we do a lot. Actually, we've been we are in the chamber, which is the Dutch government. We've been. I have been in the Parti Socialiste for a long time in the Netherlands, and I've been out there loud. So meaning I've always been what I am, and never said anything else. Back in the days, I was a boy. Now I am a woman, and everybody followed that. It's hard to understand for some people, but if you just say to yourself, this is how my life has been led by Allah, then it's just what it is. It's an unexplainable road that we walk. And only the answer is when we are no longer existent, and we may ask it to Allah. Why did you did this to me? What was the reason? But now it's not here. We're not here to answer that question. That's always what I try to bring back to my people. Projects and works. We do quite a lot of fun stuff. Because life is already hard enough. So what I always try to say, make fun. This is just, it's not a place to only make fun, but it has to be with humor, and we have to laugh, because sadness is just not a good energy. So what we do in Amsterdam, we have festivals where we make music, do shows together, give information, and all kinds of fun stuff. It's once a year, and it works very well. Also very important for us transgender people is to show our face, because staying in a closet and not existing is not what, for me, it's not what Allah means with my life. I'm not created to be put it down somewhere in a cellar or not coming out. So that's why I brought this picture. We do quite a lot for youth and gender who feel like they have a question mark within themselves. Question mark can not be answered sometimes, but being happy together is something that we can do, and that's what we try to achieve. Okay, we work with police force. They help us in the Netherlands. They know us, and they know where we live. So whenever we are in problems because of the neighborhood who is bashing us, police, we can grab them and we can ask them to be in our streets and to follow us. So that's what we do. Well, we have also non-European people amongst our organization. They are not a lot, but they are existing. And it's very important for the minorities to show your face, because then young people can identify themselves with you, and they can think, okay, I'm normal. I have another person who also has my sort of life and my sort of things, and it mirrors.
Is it okay? Are you done?
Almost. So yeah, I'm done. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. You just presented about the police forces. Yeah. I was wondering how Transvisie is working with the police, because if I give the Belgian example, there is all the protection in the law and everything. The media, it's almost like the Netherlands.
Yeah.
But in the field, when you go and complain against an homophobic aggression or violence, they did nothing, and it's really embarrassing. So I was wondering just how is it going on in the Netherlands?
It works like this. There is a special force within the Dutch police organization which is called Pink in Blue. Pink in Blue, which means that there are gay officers who are serving the gay community, and they know, and we are always in dialogue with them. We invite them to our things, and they invite us back into their organization to tell what we are living and what our situations are. So that's the main important thing, which I sometimes lack in Belgium. It's the communication within the communities.
Yes.
So that's why we just are some sort of brutal people, because we run to them and say like, okay, here we are, this is our problem, and we need to fix it together, because we're part of this society. And the Dutch actually sort of listen to it, and for years already Pink in Blue is existing as a part of the police federal department.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.